Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, September 5th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is healing the revolution from within equals evolution. And let's start off today with a little kitten therapy. There are little girls who live where we live, and they have a kitten, and we have been kitten sitting all day. And this little thing is full of mischief, but get your dose to help you through this energy, and then I'm going to send her on her way. All right. So, oh my goodness, these energies. Whew. Today is definitely about healing by going within. And I think this is almost one of the most practical ways we can work the yin energy. Healing by looking within. Whether it is looking within at what's going on for us emotionally, whether it's looking within what's going on for us mentally, whether it's looking within, am I listening to my body and what it needs? By pulling within, you will go through your personal revolution, evolution. And there you go. Now today is really interesting because today is our second Revolution Evolution Day of Sun in Virgo, a little bit later in the day. We definitely have some interesting things going on and interesting lessons. I think one of the biggest things that's going hand in hand with this Revolution Evolution Day is the fact that Mercury is shifting into Virgo. Mercury will shift into Virgo at 7:39 p.m. That's definitely going to increase the flying monkeys in your life when it comes to the mental monkey jibber-jabbering. But with Mercury at that final Leo degree today, that is so important. We are really being called to drop into our hearts. And part of the heart energy is where this healing is really going to come from. If we can allow ourselves to fall back in love with living, fall in love with being in the moment, fall in love with the energy that is healing us in the moment, whatever that may be and look like for you. You may not think it's healing you, but chances are it is. And if you can have that gratitude and fall in love with it and hold yourself in compassion for whatever that experience is, healing comes from the revolution from within, and that equals your evolution. Now, what may be a bit of a challenge to this? Oh my gosh, of course there's a challenge. We have Mercury at that 29th degree, so it's master level degree. It is a healing degree, but it is a degree we're called upon to master. We have Mars at 29 degrees in Capricorn, and this energy is in an inconjunct. And the inconjunct is like, I want to go this way, and I want to go this way, and we're not seeing eye to eye. We have to find healing between dropping into our hearts, knowing the importance of the energy that's within our hearts, and that Mars energy, the Mars energy in Capricorn, the Mars energy which has that motivation, that drive. There is ambition there. There's really strong ambition there. And sometimes we don't think our ambition lines up with that heart energy. Ultimately, what I believe at Capricorn's highest level, soul purpose is the ultimate motivation. It is the ultimate ambition. But sometimes we forget that for the ways of the world. If we connect to our heart, it will remind us of that. But you may feel a little topsy-turvy in there, and you may feel a little topsy-turvy on how you need to act when it comes to the wisdom, Mercury and Leo, the wisdom that your heart energy is bringing up. So we definitely may feel a little clash there. Not to mention, because things have to be like this, we have a grand trine in water. The moon in Cancer is bringing up emotions. It's like waves of emotion are coming up for us at this time. That moon in Cancer is connecting to both Neptune and Jupiter today. Neptune in Pisces, retrograde, bringing up those past energies. Oh, and amongst the cards today, I do have clinging to the past. You may have some past shadows come up. You even may have some past experiences that are still weighing on your heart that come up that make you feel like it's hard to honor, follow, listen to the wisdom of your heart. And it would be better to take the road of society, the road of the practical. Like, nope, this is the safe way. But is it true to you? That's what you have to keep going back to. Is it true to you? And if those energies are coming up, again, healing is by dropping in. It's not about pushing that away or forgetting about it. Drop in. Hold yourself. Moon in Cancer. Hold yourself. Nurture yourself in and through that process. And maybe this little kitten will come back for more kitten therapy. Come here. Come give therapy. Everybody needs a kitten hug right now. She's like, I don't know. This is a lot. This is a lot to put on a little kitten. She's gonna explore instead. That's a okay answer by me. Oh my goodness. Besides that, what's going on as well? 2 more things to mention. Oh, 3 more things to mention. Jeez. We have the moon opposite Pluto today. So we've talked about this. Oppositions. Is it a tug of war or are they working together? That moon in Cancer wants to feel good, wants to feel nurtured. Pluto in Capricorn is shifting up the structures. A lot of times when we take those steps to listen to our heart, there is some kind of breaking. There's that saying, the day came where the pain to stay basically in the bud was more than the pain it would take to bloom or flower or blossom or grow. And so you may be comfortable in some of your places where you're still choosing society, and yet your heart is breaking and yearning for more. This is one of those days where you take the chance and allow yourself to bloom. You allow yourself to go beyond the tightness of your bud. You know, it's interesting. I posted a thing the other day on Facebook, like diamonds are made from coal, or the pressure. I was talking about the pressure, and somebody was like, it doesn't take pressure for a flower to bloom. I do not know of any lifetimes where I have been a flower. Maybe I have been. But I do believe, as it pushes through the seed initially and through the soil, I think there's pressure there. And, from that saying, I think at times, in order to fully allow ourselves to open and shine, there is pressure that it takes to do that. So just realize that pressure is not a bad thing. It's one of those, I can't get the right word, but it's a level to pass. It's a threshold. It's a threshold to move through. And so if you have the pressure, it doesn't mean you're going in the wrong way. Keep listening to your heart to help you push through. Another thing that I want to mention, come here, kitten. Venus and Mars, they're building into a square. If you're on my Patreon, I did a video about this. Oh my goodness, this new moon definitely is going to be packing some volcano in it. And in addition, we have Venus and Mars building into a square. So you may be feeling this in between your inner yin and yang, and this may show up outside of yourself. So be aware of that in your relationships. Be aware of that in regards to your giving and receiving, but mostly be aware in yourself. Are you giving yourself your heart's highest desires? Are you tending to yourself? Are you taking action in tending to yourself? Is your yang honoring your yin by following up on your intuition and any action that needs to be taken? This is your time to notice and tune in. Last thing to mention is Pallas. Pallas is in Virgo. So Pallas we talked about a lot with the eclipses. Pallas represents that patriarchy energy. Pallas in Virgo may bring up those perfectionist energies within us. And here comes Mercury here to merge. So perfectionist tendencies may be surfacing, and you may be getting some of those feelings of not good enough and all of those things coming up because there's some false sense of perfection that has been instilled in us by society. This is a time to notice that and let that go along with the flow. So let's look into these cards. These cards are really beautiful. This is a time of flowering. We are blooming into ourselves. But first we've got to get through some of these emotions, some of these places where we are clinging to the past. Where we are clinging to the past, it's keeping us stuck in old constructs. It's keeping us stuck in patriarchal energy. Here's the rebel, but this is the emperor in traditional tarot. It's keeping us stuck. However, there are possibilities to help us fly again, to release our wings. And here's where we're headed: success. So keep blooming. Allow that pressure to be there and just be a threshold and not something that stops you. Be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable to keep moving closer into your heart's desire. Be willing to notice where you are stuck in those old constructs and where you're still taking action according to them rather than the wisdom of your heart. I'm going to finish up with this last thing because I had a kitten, so that's all the cards that I have right now. People will take your hand and try to be like, this is important, this is important, this is important. And that is your call to take your hand back and say, no, this is important. Let that guide you through your healing. Let that guide you through your triggers today. Let that guide you in and through your personal revolution, evolution. All right, so that is it for today. You can always book a reading, GaiaBlooming.com, or email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I will be happy to set that up for you. Besides that, the better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. Namaste.